All right, so I have a project that I'm going to throw together. I think most of you guys have probably seen those kind of irrigation lawn tractor. They look more commercial, but they have the big ones that have the automatic reels that reel them in, and then they have the smaller ones that people can throw out on their lawn and pull the little rainbird setup wherever they want. So I'm going to make one. I'm going to salvage, whatever parts I can to, of course, save money and just see what I can make it out of. But I'm going to do it out of copper, and I had to get some copper from a friend of mine who is a plumber, Larson Plumbing, here in town. But I have the copper. He gave me some fittings. I had to get a few fittings, and I think I have about everything I need. I may take the couple wheels I bought back just to save some money, where some of this stuff was so much money for the time being. So, but I have these other wheels. Let me turn this around and I'll show you. So I have these wheels that came off one of those old traveling sprinklers. It's broke right here on the hose fitting. And I'm going to take this other one off. I already took this one off. Those caps are actually, they hold those on better than you think. And then I've got some other parts to try to set up or rig up the wheels, however I end up doing that. The ball valve, all the 3/4 copper fittings, and then an irrigation rainbird from the local farm store. So we'll go ahead and get that started, see how things turn out, and we'll go from there. So we're back at it. I tried talking throughout this whole video, but where I had to shorten everything or time lapse everything, because again it takes up so much time. Here I will just quickly explain the basics of what I'm going to do and give those who have very little experience in any copper work an idea of how it works. And I'm going to have to move the camera. Oh, look at that. You couldn't even see anything I was doing anyway. There we go. All right, let's try this again. So this is that piece I was just explaining on camera that was actually off camera. So we'll hurry and try to get this piece bent up. So after getting and cutting the lengths of the pipe I needed, again, remembering all this was quick idea in my head, nothing planned out or mapped out more than the cardboard you've seen in the video. It's all 3/4 inch copper with the basic fittings such as 90s, 45s, female adapters, T's, a few slip fittings, and of course the ball valve, which I didn't necessarily need, but figured it was worth doing if I'm doing the project anyway. So after cutting everything and having it all ready for the different sizes, I went ahead and just cleaned everything and polished it with the Scotch-Brite, and afterwards making sure I had fluxed the fittings and both ends of the pipe so that it was ready for solder. I should quickly mention, just to take your time, make sure the fittings and pipe are clean, good, and also the pipe is reamed on both ends, fluxed and ready for solder on your project. And probably taking more time than I did trying to hurry and make this short and sweet video for you guys. I hope with these videos being time-lapsed to save you time throughout the day on your projects, that I still am able to deliver a lot of details or as much as I can in the short time I'm allowed. So with that, I will quickly mention, when you solder your joints, the pipe and fittings can tend to move or not be as straight as you want them. So again, take your time and set everything up, keeping it all straight and clean. It's a street fitting, so made for the pipe to go inside there, and then of course that would be the inside for another fitting, because this side would be the same size as 3/4 inch copper pipe. Okay, now the reason I did that is so this will sit on the ground where I didn't have that cross tee and my method of doing things differently before, and where they're going to be different. Okay. I'm trying to level everything out the way I want it. So it's all nice and flush. I don't know if I have a big square. Okay, according to that, all right. Now if that'll stay where I want it while I heat everything up, I'll check this one more time. Should be golden if I quit bumping everything. Let's see if the plan worked. So that should sit about like that, with, once I get those wheels attached on there, see? So it'll kind of sit on the ground. Should be close. Uh-oh, shit. what I just noticed. Ah, see that? Dang it. Alright, try to be a little more careful. So here I hurried and quickly changed the inlet pipe and shortened it 1 inch and soldered everything back together to help with balance and the water pressure. It kept wanting to tip over. Okay, so as you just seen, we had a problem. I have 1 T left out of all my fittings. So I'm going to take the T, cut it, put it in this line, and I'm gonna put like a little kickstand on that side and I'm gonna allow it to tip a little bit so when I'm trying to drag it with the hose, it has a little bit of movement. Do a 45 again. Yeah, I'm trying not to stick it out too far so that if I end up using, oh crap, I don't have another 90. Can make a long one. Didn't really want to, but maybe that's what I'll end up doing. I'm gonna try that. If I change my mind down the road, I'll cut it a little shorter. I can always add to it too with a coupler, but I think I like that where it's at there. If I had to turn that in, I might do that actually. I'm trying to keep everything so it's not going out further. I like that. All right, there it is. And you can always make them shorter or whatever, but I just wanted a little more height out of this. Figured I could shorten it up with the coupler later if I wanted to. But like I said early on in this video, if I would have had some cross tees, I could have done a little bit more with all this stuff. What I would do is I was going to come out with the bottom and come over here, and so if I had a cross tee and another tee, I could put this little kickstand thing over here or something if I needed that. But there's definitely different options. That one works. It's actually works better than I don't know, I guess I really expected, because I wasn't really sure, not knowing, you know, just having the idea in my head, getting it done. But okay, there it is. All right, so real quick, here's the tools I used. Channel locks, hammer, crescent wrench. Some of those were just to bend those little flat pieces for the wheels and everything. I rigged up this just to help bend those. I'm going to cut all this off. That's the piece I used for the shepherd's hook. Tubing cutter, square, Scotch-Brite or 3M pads, electrical tape, Teflon for those joints, solder, soldering flux. There's the wire cleaner, brush, whatever you want to call it, the reamer, copper pipe and fittings. That's all just stuff that I had left, and that was all that was left. And then of course the gas, and there's different types of gases you can get and use. But anyway, that would do it for enough of everything to cut and make your own. And like I said, just kind of design your own little sprinkler or whatever you want to make stuff out of copper. And it's always fun. It's just sad that copper is that much money. All right, so if you guys have noticed already, this has taken a lot longer than I had planned with all the overtime at work and everything. You know, we just got football and all this stuff going on, so it makes it hard. But the editing alone probably took, I don't even know how many hours. I had some difficulties trying to use a different camera because my phone was full. And anyway, trying to move and reformat some things. I got it done, as you can see. So anyway, here it is. Working like a champ. It's got some good distance on it too. So thanks for being patient with me. I'm trying to get more projects and things, you know, out of the way and filmed for you and done. So anyway, but yeah, have patience. I'm sorry. And thanks so much for watching. Take care. God bless. Good girl. Sit. Hope. Sit. Real quick, I also always forget to mention, please comment, or if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll gladly try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks so much. Yep.